Well, Hurricane Matthew is being dubbed the storm of the century and is wreaking havoc on Florida, Georgia, and South Carolina, in addition to its damage in the Caribbean. We are joined now by an insurance expert to discuss how to handle the aftermath of the storm. Linda Kornfeld is here, a partner at Kasowitz, Benson, Torres, and Friedman, with us now from San Diego. So, Linda, we don't know the full extent of the damage from the storm, but regardless, people are without power. There are worries about flooding. For homeowners, how do you begin to unpack this mess from an insurance standpoint?
Well, I think initially the most important thing you can do as a policyholder, obviously you need to make sure that you're safe and you're protecting your family and your property. But this is definitely not the time to let your insurance policy gather any dust. To the extent that you haven't yet accessed and placed in a safe location your homeowners or other property insurance policies, you should find your policy and make sure it is safe. There will be discussion over the next few weeks between you and your insurance company about the words that are used in your insurance policy, and you want to make sure that you've got the information you need to make sure you're doing what those words say you need to do to best protect your insurance claim.
And you have to be careful because some policies may only cover damage from wind but not from flooding. Is that right?
Yes. It's important in looking at this event to look at the prior hurricane and other storm events that have happened, in the past 10, 15 years, to learn from the lessons of those events. So the, Superstorm Sandy, Hurricane Katrina, there was significant debate, and it ended up being litigated in many cases about what's the cause of your damage. Is it because your house was flooded because water, the rain was so heavy and water rose and flooded your house? Or is it because of the wind? Or do you live near, is your business or your home near the ocean and there was storm surge, wind-driven rain, which it's a question mark as to whether your loss is because of flood or wind. But in many instances, wind is covered, flood is not. And so advice that we give to homeowners and businesses in the aftermath of events like this is to make sure you know what your policy says is covered. And when you're talking to your insurance company, make sure you use the right words so that what you say today can't later be used by your insurance company as a admission as to whether it was flood or wind or something else that caused your damage.
Well, that was going to be my next question is, what should you say to your insurance provider and when do you call them? Because obviously they're going to be flooded with calls.
They will be flooded with calls, that's correct. The calls that get placed earlier than the others are the ones that usually will get greater attention. So there's no question that for a couple of reasons you should get in touch with your insurance company as quickly as you can. One, those that come in first probably will get priority, but two, to the extent that you can involve your insurer in decisions that you're making with respect to fixing property, staying at a hotel, incurring expenses to respond to the storm, getting approval from your insurer up front can be very helpful to avoid fights in the future.
All right, and just quickly, if you can, obviously it's important to take pictures of the damage.
Yes, take pictures, document. It's very important to keep very careful records of what's been damaged. So whether it's taking pictures or it's making notes, it's keeping receipts, but documentation is very important to your ability to later succeed on an insurance claim.
All right, Linda Kornfeld, thank you so much for joining us. And of course, all the best we wish to everyone affected by the storm.
Thank you.
I'm Scott Gamm, and you're watching The Street.